It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth a hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools, where we bring together outstanding elementary and middle school students and see how much science they know. Play along with us today and see if you can improve your own science IQs. Today, 2 outstanding middle schools to start our 39th season. First, from Charles Carroll Middle School, would you welcome Christopher? Hey, Chris. Isaac is their captain. Nice to have you here, Isaac. And Shimosokum is here as well. Back again from her time here last year. Nice to have her back. They're playing against Martin Luther King Jr. Academy over there. Say hello to Mike. He's here for the first time. Junie is back for second year. And Umar, nice to have you here as well for today. And here on the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of science questions. And if you're not familiar with our show, here those categories are.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with the easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points, the tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. Get those 50 points just for being here and looking as good as they do. We never deduct any points for incorrect answers. And at the end of the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 outstanding schools will come back to play our game again for the chance to move on to the semifinals and finals in our middle school competition. Before we start, let's make sure everything is working properly. Try that red team buzzer, Isaac, if you would. All right, looks good, sounds good. Good luck to the team in green over there. Let's go to the green team over there. Junie, and would you try that buzzer? All right, it seems to be in fine shape as well. All right, you guys, may the better team win. Let's have a great game here. We go alphabetically C before M, so Charles, Carroll, and Isaac. Let's play that bowl. Go.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points to start our game. Usually a cocoon, this pupal stage in a butterfly's life, is also known by what others? Yes, Martin Luther King.
Chrysalis? A chrysalis?
A chrysalis, that's right. Thank you, Mike, for your assistance on that. Another C initial term. All right, King, you're off to a fast start. Junie, go.
Let's do green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. This is sad. The scarcity of bees in some parts of the country has farmers thinking they might have to resort to drones to perform what essential?
Pollination.
Martin Luther King.
Pollination.
Yeah, they're going to use drones to pollinate the crops because the bees aren't around as much anymore. Yeah, we're killing off too many insects on this planet. All right, you got 2 in a row there. Go again. Green.
Michael, you can choose.
Body systems for 10.
Body for 10 points. All right, let's see how you do with this one. A person who gets LASIK surgery, L-A-S-I-K, to improve their vision, has this C initialed part of their eyeball altered.
Cornea.
C initialed. All right, green has rung in.
Cornea.
Cornea is right. Yes, indeed. All right, let's turn that out. Isaac, try your buzzer one more time, please. Okay, one more. Okay, good. All right. All right, Junie, go again, please.
Let's let Umar choose.
Dateline Science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. This, you know this one. Get ready on your buzzers. Talk to each other. 3 heads are better than 1 here. 10 points in Dateline. This famed American inventor held 1,093 patents on devices from the phonograph to the incandescent light bulb. Martin Luther King.
Oh, Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison is right, yes indeed. Did you guys know that? Did you know Thomas? Just get faster on that buzzer, because these guys they seem to be masters at pushing that buzzer. So push the button sooner to get in here so you can offer an answer. Everyone's doing a good job. Takes a little while to get your sea legs once you get here. Go green.
Body systems for 15.
Body for 15. If you're performing CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which I hope you all know how to do, occasionally too much pressure on the chest will cause one or more of these bones.
Your ribs.
The ribs, yeah, you can break a rib if you're a little bit too vigorous when you do that. But even if you do that, they say to keep going because a life is at stake. Good answer. You're on the board. Go red. Isaac, pick.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Let's do that. This is a multiple choice question. If you've never tried this at home, do it. To lift a small ball or an olive that is on a table up into a glass without touching it, spin it in an inverted glass. The spinning velocity overcomes the gravity and up comes the olive. An example of which of the following forces? Centrifugal, centripetal, or Coriolis force? Which of those three causes that olive to magically come up inside that spinning inverted glass? Junie.
Passing to Michael.
Is it Coriolis effect?
It is not Coriolis. That's a good try. It's a good try. All right, he's narrowed it down for you, Charles Carroll. Is that force centrifugal or centripetal? Which of those two causes that olive to come up in that spinning glass?
Centrifugal. Centrifugal.
No, it is centripetal. Centripetal, the one that neither of you chose there. Good try. Go again, red. Isaac?
Green things for 20.
Green for 20 points. It's a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, if you would, please, teams. If you've never heard of shipworms, this is green for 20 points. We've got a picture there of worms inside of a piece of wood there. Shipworms, which look like worms, are actually mollusks. They almost sank 2 of Christopher Columbus's ships because they can digest the toughest part of wood, known as which of the following? Lignin, cambium, or carbonate? Which of the three is the toughest part of wood? Green team. Yes, sir.
Carbonate.
Not carbonate. Good try. Charles Carroll, again, you've been reduced to 2. These shipworms can digest the toughest part of wood known as lignin, cambium, or carbonate.
Lignum.
Lignin is right. Yes, indeed. All right. Go red. On your way back here. Up to 85 points. 105 for King. We've got a close game. Charles Carroll, go.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Here's your question. Raw milk, which some people claim is very healthy, is milk that hasn't undergone what? Martin Luther King?
I'm sorry.
Junie.
Pasteurization.
Pasteurization, yeah. I love your enthusiasm. Just wait till I recognize you, okay, young man? The buzzer is rung. Boy, that's been a first round. Close game. Score right now. Martin Luther King 120. Charles Carroll 85 right behind. We'll be back with Science Bowl in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Great game here. Our first game in our 39th season. 2 great middle schools. Charles Carroll at 85, Martin Luther King at 120. And before we get back into our questions, a few personal questions of these young people here and find out a little bit about themselves and their schools. Let's go first to Isaac over there and ask Isaac a little bit about his principal. Who's the principal of your school?
Mr. Coates.
All right, he's out there listening. I know what a big fan he is of you and of this team. And who's your coach?
Mrs. Chaudhry.
Mrs. Chaudhry. And, you know, she was telling me she's had some dental surgery recently. She's been having a tough time, but she was determined to be here today. She's a terrific teacher, and she brings teams back here everywhere. She is all in. And, Mrs. Chaudhry, thank you for all you've done this year and all the years you've been associated with the Science Bowl here. And, Isaac, can you tell us, I know you had some alternates. They're all the green-shirted guys down there and girls. Who are they? Just their first names. Can you give them to me? And Christopher and Shimazokum, help him out if he misses one.
Their names are Balaji, Ashley, and Muhammad.
You got them all. Very nicely done. Tell me something about your school, Isaac, that you think everybody watching should know about because it's such a great place. What do you like about it?
I like how the teachers, they help you do what you never thought that you could.
I love that. Yeah, take you beyond what you think are your limits. They challenge you, and that's really important. All good teachers do that. Thanks for sharing that with us. Isaac, what do you want to do someday?
I want to be a reporter.
Yeah, why so?
I like the opportunity to get to share your opinion with the world and to go around and see things that are going on firsthand.
That's so important. Absolutely. Today everything is artificial intelligence and everything is stepping back from the human, but we will always need storytellers. We need to tell the stories about humans by humans doing that. So good luck to you. Christopher, tell us about yourself. You want to be an engineer, you told me earlier, yep?
Yeah.
What would you like to do, chemical or mechanical engineering? Have you decided what kind of engineering you might like to do?
Yeah, I would like to become a mechanical engineer.
Yeah. Are you good at taking things apart and putting them back together?
No, not really.
Not really, but that skill will come along. I bet you're a good math student too. Why'd you want to be on the show?
Because I think that trivia is pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. And isn't it great to be representing your school? You're like ambassadors for your school here, and no matter what happens today, you've already won because you were chosen out of all those students at your schools to be here as representatives. You're doing a nice job. Thanks, Chris. And Shimasokum, tell us a little bit about, now you were here last year. What are your memories of last year?
Not very good ones.
Not very, well, everybody wants to get a county championship, and that's the best. It's like only one football team is ever happy, the one that wins the Super Bowl. All the other ones are frustrated. What do you want to do? What do you want to do someday?
I want to become a scientist.
Yeah, and you said you're still trying to figure out which area of science,
Yeah.
but I hope this experience has been part of your decision. That this has helped you steer in that direction, and we all know how important science is, where facts matter. You can't make things up. Facts are facts, and you're playing a good game. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Martin Luther King, one of the winningest schools in Science Bowl history in the middle school competition. Junie, tell us about your school. Who's your principal?
Our principal is the amazing Robin Prince.
She is indeed amazing, as is your wonderful coach, Elizabeth Butler. And Elizabeth, we've been here 39 years, and I think you have been with us for much of that journey. You always send us just terrific teams, and a testament to your skill is the number of trophies and medals that you have taken home and your kids have taken home over the years. Junie, any alternates on your team? I know you got them.
We have We have 3 alternates. 2 are here today: Kuldeep and Zadok.
And who's the one who's not able to make it?
Justin.
Wonderful. And we send our best wishes to him, wishing he were here. And same question I asked Isaac, Junie, about Martin Luther King. A lot of great things happening over there. What's one thing that you like to talk about?
We have many amazing programs, all which cater to our needs. We have art programs, music programs. We have ELD, I believe, ELD, which helps students learn English.
Very wonderful. You have so many different opportunities there. And I know you're a chess player. Michael's a chess player. I think Umar is a chess. Do you have a chess club over there?
Yes, we have a chess club run by Mr. E.
I see. All right. So you guys, you know each other well, and that's paying off because you're thinking like one here today with these answers. Tell me about yourself, Junie. One day you want to?
I would like to pursue a career in biology.
In biology, yes. You would be very good at that. You've got a sharp mind, and I can tell you'd be a good scientist. Michael, someday.
Someday I would like to become a violinist and a pediatrician.
Yeah. Do you play the violin?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you played the violin?
I've played it since I was 4, but I stopped when like around 7 or 8.
Very good. So you're a musician. And you said you maybe had another option. You were trying to think of something else that you might want to do?
Yeah, I'll mainly want to be a pediatrician, though.
Pediatrician, yes. Yeah, because you have an older brother and a younger brother. You're in the middle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're getting some street cred here today. You're going to show up the brothers, You're doing a nice job. Umar, nice to have you here today. Why'd you want to be on the show, young man?
Well, I really like science. Once I heard the opportunity to be on TV, I kind of like jumped at it, and I was like, yeah, sure. My mom almost didn't want me going on it since our schedules are so busy, but she
let you do it.
Yeah, she let me do it.
She let you do it.
And luckily.
And you're here today.
Yeah.
And you're on TV. So it's a done deal, and you're doing a nice job here. And you also know science, too, and that's important, the two things together. All right, let's get back into the game. 120 to 85. Last correct answer came from the green team. So, Junie, lots of points to give. Oh, all the tough questions remain here. Your choice. Go, young man.
You want to do Super 8 for 15? Super 8 for 15.
Super 8 for 15 points. If you visit Yellowstone National Park, and if you haven't been, I hope you get a chance one day, don't antagonize this largest of North America's mammals, lest you get chased. Martin Luther King. Have an answer for me in case I have to come back to you. All right?
Moose?
What do you want to tell me?
Would it be a moose?
Would not be a moose. Good try. All right. If you visit Yellowstone National Park, don't antagonize this largest of North America's mammals, lest you get chased and gored.
An elephant.
No, not in Yellowstone. You're just on the wrong continent. That's all right, Isaac. The biggest mammal in the United States is the bison. The bison. Yeah, I thought you might say grizzly bear, which is also big. All right, we didn't give any points away that time. Let's try again. Let's go green.
Let's do. Let's do science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri, 20 points. Here's that question. Some of you may remember that ill-fated Singapore Airlines flight that suddenly dove down and all the people inside that weren't seatbelted went flying around. Many of them were badly injured. That wouldn't have happened if those people had on their seatbelts and remembered Newton's first law of motion, which is what?
Inertia.
Which is what? All right, get your thoughts together. What is that first law of motion? Martin Luther King.
Newton's first law of motion is inertia. Object will not move unless another force is acted upon it.
Absolutely right. Perfectly done. Nice job. All right, you get those points. You got 20 more, and you get the chance to pick another question. Go.
What do you want to do, Omar?
Yes, sir.
Let's get physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. Here you go. This O-initial process causes iron to rust. Martin Luther King.
It's oxidation. Oxidation.
We're going to get, yes, oxidation, yeah, or oxidize. We will take either one. It's also the process that causes sliced apples to turn brown. And you know how to prevent that? Put some lemon juice on them. Yeah, all right. Prevents that oxidation. All right. Charles, Carroll is, come on, they're gnawing at the bit over there. They want to jump back in here. King, pick one.
Body systems for 20.
Body for 20 points. Here you go. A new treatment for red blood cells that are this S-initialed shape, a characteristic of a namesake anemia, is proving to be a cure. Name that S-initialed shape. Martin Luther King.
Would it be sickle?
Yes. Sickle cell anemia, the namesake anemia. So I had that in the question. You picked up on both of those. Nicely done. Go.
Let's do Dateline for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Multiple choice. Scientists have been experimenting with injecting people with the protein opsin, O-P-S-I-N. Think about that word. They're doing that with the hope that it might make it easier for people to hear, smell, or see. Martin Luther King.
So opsin.
What you got?
Would it be
Pick one.
to here?
Not here. All right, Charles, Carroll, the protein opsin, O-P-S-I-N, a chemical that might make it easier for people to hear, smell, or see.
C.
See, because anytime you see OP, like optometrist or optician or optical, that's always a hint, has something to do with vision. All right, good answer. You're at the century mark. Come on, got some room to make up here. Go, Isaac. Let's go.
Zoo parade for 25.
That's the way to do it. Zoo parade for 25. Go for broke. Here's the big question. Horseshoe crabs. They're kind of weird looking things like from the time of the dinosaurs. They are not crabs at all. They're more closely related to what arachnids with Junie.
See pincers first. So scorpions?
Scorpion, absolutely right. I was going to say arachnids with pincers and stingers, and you got it right. Just what you needed. Go. Nice job.
Let's do science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. All right. This I-initial chemical element needed for a healthy thyroid gland is often extracted from seaweed? I initial. Come on, Junie.
It would be iodine.
Iodine, yeah. Not too many chemical elements start with the letter I. Try again.
Let's do green things for 10.
Green for 10. If you like wheat checks or cream of wheat cereals, chances are you are not allergic to what protein? Yes.
Gluten. Oh, gluten?
Gluten is right. Yes, indeed, because they would have lots of gluten in them. Try again.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. I like this question. To earn some extra money, a local restaurant is no longer throwing out their bacon grease. Nope. They're purifying that fat, adding an alkaline substance called lye to make bars of this. Martin Luther King.
Soap?
They're making soap. Does it smell like bacon? No. You don't smell like bacon when you use it, but it is derived from bacon. Smelling like bacon, as we were joking before, might not be such a bad thing, but all the dogs in the neighborhood would be chasing you down the sidewalk. Okay, go again, green.
Huh? A Dateline Science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. The SpaceX and Boeing Starliner spaceships, now able to carry American astronauts to the space station, are taking the place of what other spaceships like Discovery and Atlantis that are no longer being used. They've been retired. What did we used to use? Come on, guys. What did we used to use? Come on, Chris. You're the engineer here. They were the space shuttles. The shuttles. You know, Discovery and Enterprise and Endeavour, all the ones. One of them is at the Air and Space Museum out there in Virginia. They have saved it. All right, let's try again with green.
Let's do Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo for 10. Let's look at the picture. Visual question. Let's bring up that osprey, a Maryland's own wonderful raptor. An osprey always carries the fish that it's just caught, which it's done here, with the head of the fish facing forward to make it aerodynamic, meaning that the amount of this D initial force is reduced. Come on, Isaac.
Drag.
Drag, that's it. Yeah, that air resistance. That's what I want to hear. Good, go. You can still do this.
Green things for 25.
Green for 25, that's the way to do it. All right, this could be a trick question. Listen carefully. It was a botanist by the name of C.B. Van Niel who discovered that the source of oxygen that plants release during photosynthesis came from this chemical. Where does that oxygen come from that's released by the plants during photosynthesis for 25 points? Martin Luther King.
Would it be glucose?
Not glucose. Glucose, no, that's a good try. That's a very good try. Where does the oxygen come from that is released when plants photosynthesize? What chemical is the source of that? To know how to answer that, you know that plants produce oxygen and glucose. That's the product. But what goes in? Carbon dioxide and water. It's the oxygen in the water that is the source of the oxygen. It comes out the other side. That's what we were looking for. Simple answer, but you've got to kind of deconstruct the whole process. Okay, nice try. Go again, green.
Let's do body systems for 25.
Body for 25. You got some soccer players over there. Do you know Cristiano Ronaldo? Oh my gosh, who doesn't know him? All right. Soccer players like Portuguese star Cristiano Ronaldo often suffer metacarpal and metatarsal injuries that are fractures that occur in what two areas of the body? Metacarpals and metatarsals. I need two different areas of the body here. Come on, guys. Think about a soccer player. Where would they get injured?
The wrist.
King has rung in. Junie.
The wrists and the ankles?
Yeah, that's right. Your hands and the feet. We would have taken that or what you gave me. Good, go. Yes, sir.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25. Big one in that category is a multiple choice. If you've seen the Jurassic Park movies, you'll know this. The Jurassic period, when dinosaurs dominated the Earth, was followed by which of the following C initial geologic periods, which features the first flowers and the last of the dinosaurs? Was it the Cambrian, the Cretaceous, or the... Charles Carroll.
Precambrians?
Say it again.
I mean,
Take your hand down. I can't hear you.
the first one.
The first one, I had said Cambrian and I was about to say Cretaceous. Are you saying Cambrian? Okay, that's not correct. Let me finish for Martin Luther King. The choices of the geologic period that followed the Jurassic is Cambrian, Cretaceous, or Cenozoic.
Cretaceous.
It is Cretaceous, yeah. And one of the Jurassic Park movies had Camp Cretaceous for the little kids that were playing there. All right, the buzzer says our game is over. We will be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't you go away. What a great opening game this is for our 39th season. I'm so proud of all of our players here. And as you're about to see, there were a lot of people behind the scenes who made all this happen. Our final tally today is Charles Carroll 110, Martin Luther King 285. A first step to another county championship. Let's give them a nice round of applause. You played a great game over there. And Junie, would you be kind enough to introduce everybody who is behind you?
So this is our two alternates, our Zadok and Cooley. And this is our amazing coach, Miss Butler.
Absolutely, Judy, you did a nice job there. And let's have a round of applause for this Charles Carroll team. They did a great job here. Isaac was under a lot of pressure and he came through. Isaac, can you introduce everybody that's with you?
We have our principal, Mr. Coates. We have our coach, Miss Chaudhry, the specialist, Dr. O. And then we have our substitutes, Mohammed, Balaji, and Ashley.
You did a beautiful job on that too. Nice round of applause for them. And for you guys. We have some wonderful coaches here today. We have wonderful judges here. Lots of people behind the scenes to make this show possible. We're so happy that we're back for another season. And I'm counting on all of you to tune in again to watch another edition of Science Bowl. Until then, I'm Mr. Z. Bye-bye.